President Biden putting a positive spin on negative economic data. The U.S. economy shrank at an annual rate of 0.9% from April through June, and that is the second straight quarter of decline, which meets a common definition of recession. Inflation and higher borrowing costs are weakening the economy.
But in terms of labeling a recession, there's no definitive way to tell. Our political reporter Theo Keith has some Recession 101.
There are a lot of people talking about a recession these days, but what does that mean? Let's consult a dictionary. This one defines recession as a period of reduced economic activity. That's pretty simple to define, but how do we know when we're in a recession? This one gives us a little bit more. It defines recession as a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP in 2 successive quarters. So that's when a recession is happening. And that's exactly what the data released on Thursday show, a decline in GDP, gross domestic product, for 2 consecutive quarters. Problem is, the latest GDP figure that got released is just an estimate, and it's a complicated one because there are a lot of ingredients that go into it.
There's personal spending, government spending, the value of finished goods inventories, the foreign balance of trade, which is exports minus imports. But it can take a long time to collect all of these data, which is why Thursday's figure is only an estimate, and it can be wrong.
Not quite done.
It's often revised up or down months later, and that makes it impossible to know in the moment whether a recession is happening.
Although I can tell you in the moment, these cookies are good.
Regardless, in a recent Morning Consult poll, 65% of people said they thought the U.S. is already in a recession. 65%. With recession talk swirling, we went to Brett Angel, a financial advisor based in Minnetonka, for advice on what we should be thinking about our money.
I don't think it's as significant as a lot of people feel whether or not that GDP number for the second quarter means we're in a recession currently. I think emotionally it matters a lot. I think it'll drive short-term market movements. But what we're really reminding clients of is a lot of these things are normal in the longer-term economic cycles.
And he says it usually doesn't require major strategic changes for your money. Theo Keith, Fox 9.